What's up, guys? We are back. Fitness Profit Multiplier, Anthony and Jimmy. We get this question to ask to us all the time. You guys talk about ads all the time. How much money should I really be spending on my ads? How much money should I be spending on my ads? How much do I put into ads? So we're going to answer that question for you guys today. And that's a tough question to answer because what's the right answer? We're going to break it down and tell you guys all about it.
Yep.
So Jimmy, how much money do we spend on ads?
Well, it's hard because everybody listening to this episode is wanting me to say $50 a day, $10 a day, or you can get started for $5 a day, right? And there's not really a defined answer to this question. Every business situation is going to be different. What amount can you allocate? What can you comfortably allocate in the beginning? What does your margin look like? What do your numbers look like, right? So this is not a question of you get on this podcast, you listen to it, and I say $100 a day minimum. Do it, done. Doesn't work like that. So if you're looking for a silver bullet answer, this is not the place to come for it. And if somebody tells you a silver bullet answer and says $50 a day, they don't know what they're talking about, because this is a nuanced answer. So if you're listening to gurus out there and they say $50 a day and that's all they say, it's not enough of an answer. The real answer is, what does your conversion rate look like on this advertising, and how does that relate to what you're spending? So, for example, we want our ads to be at least break even on the acquisition. So big businesses will spend more than what they acquire from a client, and they will be in the red for 6 months to a year on ad spend. These giant businesses that have deep pockets, they'll go, I'm going to spend $2,000 to acquire a client, and they're going to be worth $200 a month to me, but their stay time is 5 years. So the stay time makes sense to be in the hole for 6 months or a year from acquiring that client. For us, our businesses don't really work that way. They work more on, how can I get a minimum of break even on the front end acquisition of this individual that's coming to get service from me. So when we look at it, we look at some numbers. Let's say that your acquisition in the first month of your client coming to your facility is $300. Let's just put that out there, okay? It's $300. It should be a little bit more if you're running a small group program, but let's just say $300 because it's in the middle. So if it's $300, and for easy math, let's say your conversion rate on a Facebook advertising campaign is 10%. So 10% of the leads that get through your space become clients. So if your lead cost is $30, then you're right at that level where you're breaking even on the front end acquisition of that individual, right? So you spend $30 per lead, you get 10 leads for $300, and one of those leads becomes and converts into money on the front end of $300. So you are now break even on your ad spend. In an ideal world, we're going to be 2x or 3x on that acquisition. Okay, 2x or 3x. So with 2x or 3x, either our lead cost is $15 and we're acquiring a $300 client, or we're converting at 20% off of that same lead cost. Okay, so that's how you figure out what you can spend on Facebook advertising. It's about ROI. It's about conversion rate. So you have to look at the numbers as they go after you get all the data from that advertising campaign. That's the real answer.
Yeah, I would also say too, I wanted to throw my kind of 2 cents in there. You have to have, there's like got to be a minimum that you could start with, right? And the minimum I would say per day to start with is at least $25.
Yeah.
You have to throw that in there. But like Jimmy said, if you're getting leads at $30, that's not even a lead a day. But it
Right.
all depends on your market, what you're doing, what you're running. But I would say at a minimum, you want to at least start with 25 bucks a day. And depending on the type of model that you have, you should expect different outcomes. So a boot camp or a lower ticket type program, you could expect at least 20% conversions. For a higher ticket program, a small group personal training like what we do, you could expect at least a 10%, conversion on those. So with those numbers in mind, as long as you're profitable on the campaigns that you're running, you could keep running them over and over and over. Don't change anything. People get into the nuances of it and, oh, I think people are burnt out by it. Oh, you get bored and you start to tinker. But if it's working and you're converting and you actually look at the numbers, don't change anything. Don't change nothing. Just keep running it, because if it's converting and you're profitable and breaking even on the front end, you're good to go. So that's our 2 cents on how much you really should spend on ads. So again, if you guys want help with any of this stuff, just make sure you click all the links below. We even have free trainings down there. So check those out. And until next time, Anthony and Jimmy, Fitness Profit Multiplier, we are out.